Hey, what's up everyone? Danny and Alex. In this video, let's talk about something a lot of people have been asking me on this channel, and that is leg locks. All right, so here we are. This is how I learned leg locks when I started practicing them myself, right? In the 90s, in this tutorial, I'm not going to show you guys how to set them up for defensive or how to set them up to get an offensive from different positions. I'm only going to be teaching you guys the basic submission holds, such as the ankle lock and the heel hook, but how we apply them, all right? So how I like to practice, how I always recommend my students do at the beginning is learning the mechanics of applying it just like any other submission hold there is. Now, in this position, this is what I call the basic leg lock position, meaning I can attack his foot on the outside and he can also do the same thing on my leg, right? So I'm giving him both things. So when we practice now, we can alternate the repetitions, and then all we need to do is switch our leg positioning to practice on our left submissions, okay? But for now, attacking this leg here, the first submission hold I like to teach is always the basic ankle lock. So now what I'm gonna do from this position is just raise. See how I bring it underneath here? One, so it raises the foot so I can trap it from this position. Now, in this position here, we're gonna grab the shin and trap our own wrist. What is this? The Kimura, all right? This is like, I referred to this as the figure 4 back then, but this is basically, this position here is called the Kimura grip, if you will, right? But we're using this on his leg. This is gonna stabilize his shin so he doesn't start wiggling around. Now what's key now is I'm gonna lie down on my back to create the leverage of the lock so I can bring my knees in and apply the submission hold from here, okay? Now, what makes this key, which is really important, is to squeeze his leg and also to lean your body weight onto the top of his foot. If Alex flexes his toes as such, this is going to be a very comfortable position for him to tolerate that lock. Now, if I bring his foot like this, now it makes it less tolerable for him. So this is where I want the positioning as I apply the pressure on the weakest spot of his foot, right? So once again, we're in this position here. This is where we'll start. From this position here, I always want to make sure when I practice though that if I did have a landing where my foot was here, I would want to protect this foot, right? We'll talk about that maybe later in this video, but right now just think about keeping your legs side by side. Now raise his knee off the mat, trap it here, lock it up, and bring your knees in and start to bridge. See, from here I can use the whole power of my leverage to break the ankle. All right, the second lock we're gonna do is the heel hook. Now, use this technique with very, very, very good caution, all right? The heel hook is probably one of the nastiest submission holds we have in Jiu-Jitsu. As a matter of fact, it's one of the illegal submission holds in many Jiu-Jitsu tournaments, and for good reason. Reason being, when you attack the ankle on the heel hook, you're basically simply holding the heel in place, but attacking the knee joint, all right? A lot of people don't know this. So how we apply it, just for your knowledge, is this time, instead of going inside, I'm gonna go on the outside. I'm gonna pull his knee away from my lap. This will raise his foot off the mat. As I'm in this position here, I'm going to trap the foot. So I overhook like I'm putting my hand in the back pocket. This will instantly seize the toes, and I can just hook the heel. So now, if I see the toes, I'm not in a good position. I want to only see his heel. That's the heel hook. And now I'll go palm to palm or grab on top. All right? I personally like this one, but you can do this or this. Now what's very important right here is to keep this knee up so that traps his leg, and I'll pull towards me and create the tension for the heel hook. Okay, so once again, raise the knee, lie down over the toes, trap it, you circle the heel. Now imagine you're looking at your wristwatch. From here, go over and pull. In the next submission, this is called the outside position. I'm gonna bring his foot on the inside, but I can't just bring his foot across. This guy's gonna be giving me some resistance, so I'm gonna lie down on my back, bridge my hips off the mat so I can bring and travel the foot on the opposite side. Now from this position, I'll sit up. Once I'm here, I'll pull the knee back inside. Now notice how I'll wrap the toes once again and raise on the hook of the heel. Now I go palm to palm, trap the shin, and look at this. That's the knee joint. Now this one, it's called the inverted heel hook. Probably the most dangerous of all leg locks. use it with caution. Go very gently. Go inch by inch, millimeter by millimeter. So slow, there's zero chances of injuring your partner when you're practicing, okay? Once again, so we're here. I want you guys to lie down, bridge off the mat so you can travel the foot to the opposite side. Once I'm up, I sit up, I trap the knee, I hook the toes, 1, 2, and this is my heel hook. The next one, I'm also going to do the bridge. Bring his foot on this side. Now, I'm going to trap the foot, but lean to this side. Bring my hand to my stomach. Now, my left leg is going to cross over and bring it across his hip as well. From this position here, thumb is always tight. Always make a fist. When you clench your fist, makes your wrist more rigid. And now I'll lean into my bridge. From here, you can bridge all the way back, or you can go palm to palm or wrist to palm and bridge from here. So once again, I'll bring the leg on the inside position. From here, I sit up, trap the foot, lean to the side, cross my foot over. It's very important to bring the foot over this foot, right? I want to bring this one here so I can press onto the mat and raise my hips as such. I personally like to do it one-handed, but you can go two hands if you wish. All right, on this next one, when I get to here, hard to get that heel hook. Just extend this leg so they can see on the camera. Now, I can't really get this one. Maybe he's hiding his toes, hiding his heel. So what I'll do is I'll pull the knee and press on the toes. See, from here, all the way down. So one more time. Once we're here, the trick is bring the foot across, pull the knee up. Now I can't get that first heel hook. So I'm going to press onto the toes and do it slowly for training. So I press down. So see how I block the shin? 1, and press. And that creates the next leg lock. Very sneaky move. Sometimes on this one, you're going to get someone who's going to give you a lot of resistance. So it'll happen if you get a big, strong guy, strong ankles, and you're pressing and it's not working. Now I'll pull everything down and watch this. I'll pull the heel up. See, add the extra tension with my opposite hand. So from here, boom, you just twist everything. See, boom, as you're lying down. So once again, from this position, you press, you grab the heel, and now you create the same effect as the regular heel hook by leaning back. See, boom, with the foot. Very devastating leg lock. If, for example, we talked about earlier, the person is extending his foot as such, like my back foot right here, to defend. So as he kicks up in the armpit, now he's defending the 2 first leg locks we just talked about. One of the tricks, there's many tricks, one of them I'm going to share on this YouTube channel for you guys is this. As I lie down, I'm going to bring my hand underneath here. I'm going to trap. As I trap his foot, his toes with my neck, I'm going to reach over to his heel. Right? As I reach to the heel, I'll pull and create the same heel hook using my neck. Let's look at it one more time. One of the basic ways to defend a foot lock is simply to put on your cowboy boots, right? This is how I like to call it. So you bring your foot in, you kick, and boom, you curl your toes up, right? So as you're doing the defense like this, and I try to lie down, I don't have access to his heel or space to create that first ankle lock we did in the video. So many tricks to counter this, but one of the easiest one is the one I like to formulate with a heel hook using my neck. So as I lie down, I'll bring my hand underneath here. But as I'm lying down, I'm also going to bring my head over his toes like this. Now, once I fall in this position, it really doesn't look like a threatening position. But what happens now is I'll grab his heel with the opposite hand. I'll cross it over, grab the heel, put it pressured here, and twist the ankle in this motion. No one expects this. All right, so I want to give you that option when he's defending now, curling his toes up. As I come down, I'll trap his toes using my neck. Once I'm here, I trap the heel, I go under, and now I start to pull to create pressure on the ankle. All right, so there you have it, some basic fundamental leg lock positions, the applications of them. Guys, stay tuned. Maybe in the future we're going to show you how we set them up, how I like to do the entries for those techniques, and more advanced tutorials on different types of leg locks. But for now, this should get you guys started. These are the way I actually started learning the mechanics of doing the applications of those leg locks. These are the basic ankle locks as well as heel hooks. Now, when you do practice, if you're not under the supervision of a qualified instructor, I would like to mention that always use caution, especially on the heel hooks. Like I mentioned earlier, heel hooks can be a devastating submission hold, one of the nastiest one, if it's used by someone who is careless with them. So I wouldn't want anyone to get injured during practice. Always go slow. Slow is smooth, smooth is fast. I'll catch you guys
in the next jiu-jitsu video.
Take care.